Hi everyone, welcome to RAAONLINE. I am Dr. Priyadarshini Shanmugam, Professor of Microbiology, and today is part 2 of hepatitis viruses, and in this class we will be discussing about hepatitis viruses B and hepatitis D. Okay, and just a recap of what we had in the earlier chapter about hepatitis. What is hepatitis? It means it is inflammation of the liver parenchyma. And it could have a lot of etiologies. It can be bacterial, viral, it could be protozoal, fungal, and some other causes where we put as others, it can be unknown causes. It could be due to IV drug use. Certain other medicines, like paracetamol can also cause hepatitis. Alcohol-induced hepatitis can be there. Sometimes it can be hereditary also, this hepatitis. But we were worried about the viral hepatitis. We were talking about viral hepatitis. And in the earlier chapter, we have discussed about some types of hepatitis viruses. And when you say viral hepatitis, it means it's a primary infection of the liver by any one of these hepatitis viruses which belong to type either A, B, C, D, E and G. There is no F. Just note that there is no F. Initially, there was a hepatitis type F virus, but now it has been found to be a mutant of hepatitis B virus. So now its name has been changed to HBx, small x. And all these viruses, they actually belong to different taxonomical families, okay, but they're all put together in the same group as hepatitis viruses because they all are hepatotropic, meaning they have an affinity to the liver and they have the ability to cause a primary infection of the liver, and they all cause an identical clinical illness. And we all know if there is hepatitis, the presentation will be a prodromal phase, and then you have the icteric phase where there is jaundice. And then this classification was made so that you will see that each one of these viruses belong to different families. Like for example, you see hepatitis A virus is Picornaviridae and it is transmitted by the fecal-oral route, okay, and a vaccine is available for this virus and does not cause any chronic liver disease. Hepatitis B virus, again the transmission is here parenteral. And it's a very common sexually transmitted disease and it's also a blood-borne virus. So we have to be careful about hepatitis B in blood transfusion. Here the family is Hepatnoviridae and this can cause chronic liver disease. And yes, there is a vaccine available against hepatitis B virus. Hepatitis C is the other virus, parenteral route, okay, and it belongs to the family of filoviruses, and then this also causes chronic liver disease. And unfortunately, there is no vaccine for hepatitis C virus. Hepatitis D virus, it belongs to the family Delta virus, and you see all these three have a parenteral and a sexual mode of transmission. And hepatitis D, you can also say Delta virus, D stands for Delta, you can also take of it as a dependent virus and a defective virus, meaning it depends on this hepatitis B virus to cause the infection. So only when there is either a simultaneous or a prior hepatitis B virus infection, this hepatitis D virus can cause an infection in those people. So you can see that the vaccine against hepatitis B virus will also protect against hepatitis D. And this also can lead to chronic liver disease. Then coming to hepatitis E virus, just like A, it is also fecal-orally transmitted, but it belongs to another family, calicivirus. It does not cause any chronic liver disease, and for this no vaccine is available. After this, all these viruses were discovered. There's one more virus which was discovered known as hepatitis G virus that is also transmitted by the parenteral route. Okay, it is also an RNA virus and it is very similar to these C and D in the route of transmission, B, C and D. Other viruses which also affect the liver in addition to these hepatitis viruses are some herpes viruses. One is CMV, that is cytomegalovirus, Epstein-Barr virus, herpes simplex virus. These first three belong to the herpes family of viruses. Then this yellow fever virus, as the name suggests itself, the clinical presentation will be jaundice with fever. That is why it's known as yellow fever. This is not common in our country. It is very common in the African subcontinent. Then rubella virus can also affect the liver, and also some enteroviruses can also cause hepatitis. Okay, so we saw that hepatitis is inflammation of the liver parenchyma, could be due to many causes of which viral is one, And in this lecture, we are going to see about all the hepatitis viruses, which are nothing but different groups of viruses belonging to different taxonomical families, but they're all grouped together as hepatitis viruses because they have a common hepatotropism and they cause a primary infection in the liver. And then we saw the different classification in this table of the different hepatitis viruses, and we also saw the mode of transmission of the viruses. Okay, so now we'll go on to hepatitis B virus. This is a very common viral infection throughout the world. Okay, and the problem with this B virus is that it can lead to a chronic hepatitis. So there can be a chronic infection of the liver, and it can lead to cirrhosis, and it can also lead to liver cell cancer, that is hepatocellular carcinoma. So this is an example of a virus which leads to cancer, but of course you can prevent this by using the vaccine. So it's an example, hepatitis B leading to hepatocellular carcinoma is an example of a vaccine preventable cancer. So in case you are asked in your viva. Another one where the vaccine preventable cancer is your human papilloma virus, which causes carcinoma of the cervix. So that is also, for that also we have a vaccine now. So that is another vaccine preventable cancer. Okay. And another name for hepatitis type B is serum hepatitis, because it used to be transmitted, or because it is transmitted by the blood transfusion. So it is called as serum hepatitis. Okay. It's a very widespread virus. As I told you, it's present throughout the world. This virus is prevalent, and it's a very important type among all the hepatitis. Okay, the viral hepatitis. And it will be very unfortunate to note that 1/3 of the world's population gets infected with this hepatitis B virus. And of this 1/3, 1/4 of those who get infected, like, okay, 1/3 of the world's population is infected, and 1/4 of those who get infected become carriers. So it's a serious issue.